Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Please remember that you planned all of this from the beginning. You, as one of the group of beings that designed this experiment, had decided to see how far you could separate your perceptions from your nature. From your nature, the pure spirit. Enormous ingenuity was required to design and create the veils that were to separate the dimensions so that you would incarnate with no memory of who you really were. As part of this veiling, your collective spirit functions made a decision that was to affect every incarnation for the next 200,000 years and completely alter the nature, purpose, and content of human life on this planet. You invented karma. So he's saying we created purposely this separation to learn all
No,
this.
no, see,
And,
no, not that way. Here it is
uh,
very important to note that after the group soul, I mean, not in the group
mhm,
soul, the all that is, right? Because
mhm.
there was an inquisitiveness
Oh,
for
okay.
us to explore, right? We
Yeah.
started individuating,
Okay.
okay, from all that is. First layer, as we know, is monad, then dyad, then triad, right? So
Yeah.
those components were further split and we created the layers so that we forget. I mean, you have created labyrinth of soul progression.
Yes.
Okay. So that is the game plan. And the entire earth itself, part is, as per what is light body, he says, earth was requested to participate. So
In
the
this game.
earth, yeah, in this game. And earth responds saying that I will also participate provided I am also one of the entity which will progress.
Mhm. And here he is saying with no memory, be purposely, so that you would incarnate with no memory of who you really were.
Because you have created that many layers.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you also complicated the matter by creating the concept of
Separate.
karma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now let us
Okay.
understand what karma is.
Karma. The basic thrust of the source is to discover more about itself. That is why everything anywhere exists. The source knows that its nature is one of complete harmony within itself. That is, it loves itself. To explore this love, it needs a vantage point outside itself. It needs to be able to stand apart, look at itself, and experience that love for itself. This is most effective if the part that is looking perceives itself to be separate from the whole and yet loves the whole as though it were not separate.
Okay. Now that is where the design of the game of karma, the game of separation is taking. And
Yeah.
in unified, what are we doing? We are trying to expand our consciousness to encompass love.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Anahata Chakra is the chakra that deals with relationship. Relationship is where the sentiment of love plays a
Mhm.
significant role because you will have to ensure that they are all part and parcel of you, right? So that is the way the
Yes.
whole thing will expand. Yeah, right.
You reasoned that the greatest joy would come when a part of yourself that perceived itself as separate would come to love the whole by its own volition.
Yeah.
So you
Of its own accord, it will come and realize that it is you.
Yeah.
This is another way where we can interpret saying that like will attract like.
Yes.
What is he saying? You reasoned that the greatest joy would come when a part of yourself that perceived itself as separate would come to love the whole by its own volition. Right.
So that
So
means that you are
this is
self-loving.
yes, yes. You need to recognize that I am you, you are me. Okay. Yeah, let's proceed.
You reasoned that the greatest joy would come when a part of yourself that perceived itself as separate would come to love the whole by its own volition. So you decided to continue with the emergence of separate vantage points, even though you saw a potential risk for the species.
Anita, I won't be able to give you an answer. This is chapter, no, which one is which page? Acha, this one I can. 34 of 94.
34.
Of 94, the topic is karma. Yeah.
Yeah. As a group, you tried an amazing experiment, something very bold and certainly unique in the universe. You decided to erase all knowledge and feeling of your intimate oneness with the source from your now autonomous projections. You decided that a veil would be drawn between consciousness and spirit at birth, so that a newborn would forget its true nature. Thus,
Mm.
the you reading this voluntarily subjected yourself to amnesia at birth. You
Mm.
erased all or most of the memory of your spirit nature at birth to see if your ego self would figure out its true nature during its physical plane life.
Okay. Well, no, one
Ah,
sec, ma'am. I want to explain something.
sure.
See, he is saying that, right? You decided to erase all knowledge and feeling of your intimate oneness with the source from your now autonomous projections. Now, how did you do that? You did that, you decided that a veil would be drawn between consciousness and spirit, right? That veil extends to become the ego of the individual, the Maya.
Yeah, illusion,
Okay.
Maya. Yeah,
Yeah. So that a newborn would forget its true nature. Actually, that true nature is within. It is like the enterprise softwares. All the licenses are there, but you have to activate each of them. That's the way it is, right? Yeah.
and here he says purposely we did that to see if your ego self would figure out its true nature during its
Correct.
physical plane of life. Yeah.
Correct. So, is the veil going to be so thick that you can't see through it? Or do you have the wisdom to break that veil? Peel the
Yeah.
layer and layer and layer of that. Right? Yeah.
Or would you leave the physical plane still in ignorance to be surprised or rejoining your spirit self? And how would you treat others or
No, I
your
think
own
you missed
kind?
this, no? Did you not miss this? You
No,
erased
no, no.
all or most of the memory of your spirit nature at
You,
birth. Uh-huh.
you
Yeah.
erase
Okay.
almost the memory of your spirit nature at birth to see if your ego self would figure out its true nature during its physical plane life.
Correct. Yeah,
Or
you
would
came
you
up to life. Correct. Correct. Yeah.
or would you leave
Or
the physical plane still in ignorance to be
hmm,
surprised on rejoining your spirit self?
hmm,
So he is saying, at the physical plane, because of this, after the ignorance, would you leave the physical plane still in ignorance to be surprised on rejoining your spirit self? What does it, and
correct.
is it
No.
mean? Does it mean that you take another birth to rejoin?
No, 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 no. See, you erased all or most of the memory of your spirit, spirit nature at birth to see if your ego self would figure out its true nature during its. So, now how much of it, true nature is what? True nature is the
Uh,
spirit self.
yes,
So, how
yes,
much are you of your existence are you going to slowly aligned towards it? Yeah. So
yes,
it is
that
going
part
to
I
be
agree.
yeah, correct. Now he is not
Yeah.
spoken about how many births here.
Okay, I got it. So, do you leave this world still in ignorance, or do you want to, figure out, you are the soul, or you are the spirit,
Correct,
rejoining it?
correct,
Yeah,
correct.
got it. And
Right.
how would you treat others of your own kind? Would you joyously revere the spirit evident in them and the planet? Would you joyously revere the spirit evident in them and the planet? Or would you feel so cut off from your own nature that you would deny the spirit in others? If so, would you see them as a threat and harm them? So these are the
Exactly.
questions we need.
Now,
Yeah.
just recall what we did in the unified meditation class today. What was the theme? Anybody can answer
Oh,
this. Huh? We are all attending that, so somebody should answer
yeah.
that.
To send the uninvited influences with love
Correct.
and see no difference between them
But
and
then
us
there is
because
one sentence about it which you are reminded.
Yes,
They are
even though
You're
also
not
they are
hurt and frightened.
also created in love.
love, yes.
and also
Right?
at one
That
time
is what
like
you
that.
need to recall.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is the voluntary veil that we have built.
Mm. So
And
in entirety, this veil and matrix, this is not something we should be like see anti about our beings. This is what
no,
we
it is not
Yeah.
anti. This
mm,
is the game that you have designed.
yeah, it's our choice, by choice.
Yes.
Mm.
In
Mm.
which
It does.
even Mother Earth is a member.
Remember, yeah, she also participated.
She
Yeah.
also has a consciousness.
Yes.
So
So
this
we ourselves
this is
purposely
also
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
Separated.
also
Ratna.
not for uninvited influences. This can be for living people outside the relations that we encounter.
No,
Um,
no, no. This is more to do with whether you are
Mindset.
recognizing, see, and how you would treat others of your own kind. Those which are
Mm.
uninfluential today are the scared entities which don't have a place, though they are lost.
Mm. Just like us, sir. We are lost
That-
too when we are not
No,
aligned.
no, no. Only we are lost, but then they have probably left the body, but they are
Mm.
still confused.
Mm.
Okay, even
so
they are involved in this. That's the point that he's making.
Mm.
yes, normally people think negative energy means oh it is a threat for us. But
Mm.
he's saying it is not like that. Same thing in unified they said. They're all same spirit.
Correct, correct. That is why he says, would you joyously revere the spirit evident in them and the planet? Or would you feel so cut off from your own nature that you would deny the spirit in others? If so, would you see them as a threat and harm them? That
Mhm.
is the wording which says they are also like us who are scared.
Mm.
You're able
We
to
are all
link that,
same.
right?
Yes, sir.
Correct. We are
Yes.
all the same. Beautiful. Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
in unified, there is another sentence also said about them. They have been offered help earlier, but they denied because they didn't know.
Exactly. They also fall into the same category, right? They are afraid, they are scared.
Yeah.
They have got into a comfort zone which they don't want to leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as far as we are concerned, they are parasites on us. Correct. So instead of using so many words, he has beautifully worded it saying they are unwanted influences on you. You don't need them.
See, that is why we say you're created as love, you are still love. We are giving that knowledge to them. With this knowledge, please go to your places.
Correct.
Okay, you devised certain rules to guide these interactions within the game. Any exchange between two incarnates was to be balanced either between them or between other incarnates of the same spirit self, be it an act of kindness or cruelty. This balancing is what you have called the law of karma.
Now, this is exactly what thinking and destiny says in a completely different language. Any thought that you have issued has to be balanced by the person who has issued it.
Yes.
And Bhagavad Gita, the same thing it says, Manasa Vacha Karmana.
Karma.
Right? So all of them,
Yes.
the root cause is the thought energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please remember that the source did not impose this aspect of the game on you, and no one is keeping score. You and your fellow co-creators added this little twist. Karma has got some bad press because of a little misunderstanding. The law one act of cruelty must be compensated for by another is just a limited third dimensional interpretation
Interpretation
of
of karma. It is
third
not
dimension.
real. Third dimension is where the game of separation is at its, in Telugu, parakasta, at its extreme end. The game of separation is at its extreme end. Right? And it is ruled by the third and fourth dimension are ruled by matter and emotion.
Emotions.
Correct. So these two are the root cause of what we undergo when we are in the physical plane.
Yeah.
Okay. And the destiny that is guiding the physical plane is completely different from the other planes. Right? Here, thought is karma. Karma guides the destiny in these planes. How beautifully the whole thing is linked together. Pardon?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
The law
Please
that
remember,
one act of cruelty must be compensated by that
the
is
law
because of
that
the third dimension. Correct. That is because of the third dimension. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cruelty could just as easily be compensated for by a subsequent act of kindness or by forgiveness on the part of the so-called victim. Okay. This cruelty
Now,
could just
this is where your
That comes in.
compassion and forgiveness comes in. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it can be compensated by kindness and forgiveness. Yeah.
Yes.
You hope that through these clues, your incarnations would eventually figure out what was happening, come out of your amnesia, and get to the point of unconditional acceptance or love for the other amnesia sufferers.
Okay. How beautifully
As
constructed, right?
yes,
Yeah.
as an aside, remember that your spirit selves operate in simultaneous time. So a karmic situation between X and Y in one lifetime could be balanced between Y and X in what you perceive as an earlier lifetime.
That means
Okay?
forward reset is possible, backward reset also is possible.
Yeah.
This answers Praveen's question of yesterday. Yes, Praveen?
Sir, I think I got it wrong, but my simple question was, say, I'll put it in a very, very simplistic way. We have 8 billion souls, 8 billion people on the earth plane, approximately,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So are we saying approximately 8 billion, again, leaving all the exceptions aside, so 8 billion souls equals to 8 billion over souls, over selves, is the question.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's all I was trying to say. 1:1 mapping.
1:1 soul.
Yeah, yeah.
If you have got 8 billion souls, you will have, because you are a part of that. What
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are
part of
existing,
it.
the 8 billion is a part of 8 billion elsewhere.
Right, sir. That is okay. So that is what I was always thinking, that maybe 8 billion that humans
No,
may
this is
not.
also talking about your parallel verses, parallel
Sir,
existence and all.
we should not
Yeah.
divide 383.
No. Again,
No,
that is dependent. That is
383 planets are ascending, and we have had our presence. That means our particles, our signatures are there also.
Oh,
And
but parallelly we are
right
not
now,
existing.
no, one sec. Sunita, good question, because when you start listening to chapter 4 of Dr. Deepak
Higher
Chopra,
self.
correct? He
Hmm.
actually explains how your emotional body is created. Just focus on that when you are listening.
Oh, which
You
one?
will,
Which
you
chapter?
chapter
Audio
4
book.
Higher
of
self.
the audio book, The Higher Self, Dr. Deepak Chopra. It is
Okay.
posted in our group. And I
Okay.
removed the need for me approving everyone's request, because that is
Yeah,
something that is very generic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
It's
Thank you.
very well explained in that chapter. Listen to it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
This question is answered there. I don't know. I think there is some synchronicity and serendipity both working together. In every chapter, right? What we are discussing in one session is getting replicated through the book that we are also reading.
Yes, especially this karma part. Percival talks in terms of thinking.
Correct.
And here
Now,
in
we are a light body. Yesterday, we spoke about the various layers of the light body, the 12 dimensions,
yes,
and how the light is blocked. That is the noetic plane, which we will be doing soon. Yeah.
yeah, the way, yeah. So the whole point of your adopting a karma-based system was to create intense emotional situations to see how you, the physical plane ego self aspects of yourselves, would respond. So purposely we are adopting this to create emotional situations,
No,
for us to figure out
and that is why it is
and how you respond.
extensively. No, it is extensively active only in the third and fourth plane. The
Because
moment
of
you
those
go to the fifth dimension, you are completely
emotions.
spiritual in nature. Yesterday we read that.
Yes. And that's why, in that he says in that book, Soul Gift or
Soul's
Soul's
gift.
Plan, he purposely, we bring our family members purposely with so much certain characters for us to learn.
Correct.
Like
And
angry
we
husband.
forget that we brought them, and then we start that separation here also.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
Would
Would
you
you
kill?
kill, steal, and fight out of fear? Or would you act out of love to help, forgive, and acknowledge spirit in others? So
This
we had,
is very well. Again, this is also explained, I think, in chapter 5. He says, instead of
Mhm,
applying grudge, see if
mhm.
you try to do it with love, what will happen. In that audio book, even this is very well explained.
Yeah,
This is
I
all
just
my
heard.
sleep listen. No, I told you, right? I mean, I listen when I'm sleeping also. So while I was
Yeah, yeah.
sleeping, correct.
Sir, this audiobook, is it part of this Thinking and Destiny group only? That link, whatever you mentioned.
No,
I'll
no, no,
share
no,
it.
no. It is there in
It's there.
Unified.
I'll
Oh,
share
you
it.
not part of
You're
that.
not there in Unified?
Sir, already I spent 1 year connecting with
So
the
what?
higher.
This is my 4th year.
Sir, I need some time to break. I will take care of my higher self connection by going in a different way. So,
Yeah.
Of course, natal amnesia has to be a total in most cases, but each lifetimes hold the potential for awakening to your true nature. An unprompted realization of this nature and the wave of unconditional love that automatically follows allows you, the player in this cosmic game of hide and seek, to suddenly find the hider and realize that it was you all along. Wow. Wow.
Okay. Now, this one in the Theosophical Annie Besant's book that I have posted for everyone, Man's
Mhm.
7 Bodies and 7 Principles of Man, right?
Das,
There
das,
he explains that, see, once when you are leaving this body, vacating the body, the
Mhm.
energies which are incomplete from your lessons, the feelings which are during the last stages, they go and merge with the astral body, because the first to vacate is the physical body along with the prana. Okay. Then those patterns, they go and lock with the astral body. Astral body takes about 7-8 hours to leave after the physical body has been vacated, right? And so the next level of moving up is the combined energy now goes and sits in the mental body, because you got Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, mental body. After that, they go and merge with, because the mental body also vacates. Then it merges with the next
Vijnanamaya.
level, which is, no, not Vijnanamaya, causal body, karmic sharir,
Oh,
causal.
after body.
Huh?
Okay.
And then, so that karmic sharir is the one where the segregation of lessons completed as wisdom
Lower and higher.
goes to your knower as the I-ness. Okay. And those that you have made mistakes, etc., goes back to your karma. Now what happens is you have to work on extracting them. Now how will you work? When your tussle bustle of the physical existence, the mental existence is more or less known, then your body, your state, your consciousness as is at a stage that then it will be in a position to recall the past wisdom. Only the wisdom. That means his I-ness is getting triggered. Got it? Yes, Sunita.
I should ask this, or I can share one experience. I'm not sure at this time.
Both.
Thing is, before coming to meditation, I believe, yeah. So what happened? My grandfather, my grandfather's brother, because my grandfather left body long back ago, so I don't have so much relationship with him. But my grandfather's brother is like very close to me. So he's in India. Like I have so much connection, like love, and whenever I see him, I always feel that connection and cry. Because they're getting old. So when what happened that day? I don't know, he's ill or he's not feeling good or anything. That day he's vacating his body. Nobody knows that he's gonna vacate. But what happened? Few hours, 4 or 5 hours before, or like, yeah, 4 or 5 hours before, in the midnight of our time. So in US, so what happened around 12:31? I woke up like somebody gave me a shock. Somebody gave me that shock. I never felt. I woke up all of a sudden, like, mm, jump, and I woke up like that, like just I cannot even imagine how I woke up, like just like a shock. I woke up. Then I was feeling that energy is like, my grandfather is not well. I was talking before that. I was talking in my dream that I'll come and see you. Don't worry, I will be with you. All that I was telling in the dream. I woke up shocked. Then I was called my parents and, hey, why, like, I got that, how is grandfather? I was like literally crying. I feel like my heart is, something is going on. I wanted to see him. Then after there are a lot of things happen in between. I don't want to put so much details on it, but what happened after 4 hours? My dad, my mom called me. He passed away, and his that grandfather's daughter stays in 30 minutes away from my home, because he's not he's in ICU for so long, and he came home and no one is visiting them. He's not supposed to go and see him. So but his kids are like doing FaceTime and all that, and he said that, my dad said that, go to your aunt Atta's house, go, because he left the body. So after 4 or 5 hours, he left the body. So, but what does that mean? How come I get to know? And I felt that he came and saw me before leaving the body.
No, no. Yesterday in the same session, I think I had said, okay, go ahead and ask your question to someone. Okay. Those are all telepathic messages.
Mm,
You will get those messages. When you are connected to the other party, you will get that message. That is how telepathy works.
I am still not able to understand. You said that they are
No,
before
no,
leaving the...
no, not just before leaving. You think of someone and you will get a call from them.
Correct.
Who asked them to call you? They have not called you in, let us say, 5 years. Right?
Yes,
So
yes.
there is one way energy goes and communicates itself with the other people is through what is known as telepathy. It is just like a phone call without the phone instrument and the infrastructure of the connectivity.
So in this case,
The
who is my
energy level,
grandfather was
see,
trying to
this is
connect me?
no, the weather. Exactly. You may have been trying to contact. See, in the brain, I mean, in the dream,
Uh,
right? You are
mm,
not under the constraints of your conscious mind. You are
mm,
an energy. You keep traveling,
mm, mm, mm,
right? It is
mm,
through that. Yes, it is through that.
mm, mm. Even after a person who left 30 years
Oh,
ago,
yes.
35 years.
Oh, my father talks to me. He conveys
uh,
messages to me even today.
Okay, because same thing, my dad's sister passed away
It's
when
possible.
before I born, but
Hmm.
she gave birth 2 days after 2 days giving the baby, and she left the body. But anything happened to that my baba, like anything happened after 35 40 years also, she come and tell me message about him,
Quite
and that
possible.
is true. Oh, that means they didn't left the earth. They are earthborn
No,
souls.
no. Who told you? Who told
Ah,
you?
I was
Really?
thinking.
See, we are reading a book channeled by Serapis. Okay,
Mm,
Serapis was a master.
mm.
This is channeled by him. How is he channeling it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Right? You are reading Seth books. Seth came and wrote down those books.
No.
Who wrote it? Jane. How did Jane get the content? It was dictated to her.
Mm-hmm.
Channel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But Chandra sir, say these are like more say they are Seraphim is like more general knowledge to help everyone in the world. But when it comes to
Okay.
individuals, say suppose
So,
the
see,
Sunita
that
ma'am,
is
Sunita
also
ma'am's
channeling.
example,
No,
somebody
the
passed
modus
away.
operandi, Ratnagaru, the modus operandi has not changed. The content may have changed. Content is specific versus generic. That is the only difference. But the modus operandi, the way the whole thing works, the telepathic connections is there.
Yeah, I understand the telepathic connection, but I'm saying in that case, they are like almost the case of earthbound soul, right? Okay, their soul, they
No,
couldn't
they are
leave
not
the
necessarily
bondage
earthbound.
with the relatives.
No, they are not earthbound. That is the point. You can communicate with any of the. So, I mean, did not Patriji advise people if you get anything like this, please request them to sit in meditation with you?
Even Patriji communicates even today, sir. Patriji is
Yeah,
he's not earthbound.
exactly.
A lot of people
He
have
is
a
not
connection
earthbound.
even now. Yeah.
They don't have to be
This,
earthbound.
so
They,
I think the distinction
ma'am,
is
no. You see, we somewhere these stories have created so much of divide. Where is heaven? Is it somewhere above the sky?
I
Or
think
is
you
it
think
something that is
here
in the
on.
environment that is
Within,
all around you?
within
Where is
us and
it?
around us.
No,
Your
it is in
mind.
the environment around you.
Correct.
One
Correct.
of the physical connection with that is your breath itself. If your breath
Mm.
is loaded with the message and vibrating at the frequency of that individual, that energy will get connected to you.
And not only that, the perception, the same, our mind plays games depending how we perceive.
Not only within man, not only within Minaji, it is all around us. What is Akashic record? That is another field, that is part of the atmosphere. And are you
So,
not particles in the atmosphere?
yes.
See,
Yeah,
are you not particles in the atmosphere?
we are. Yeah,
So only the difference is because that density and the same thing. Sorry, uh, dimension is different.
The dimension is different. And what you said in the next part also is correct.
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm. Thank you.
Okay. So you are already there in the same shape.
Mhm. Okay, sir.
Okay. Right.
Mm.
Clear? Or still confusion is there?
Oh,
Is
clear,
there
sir.
confusion or very clear? Right. So we
Says
can be in all those phases. You're still part and parcel of that. Right? One sec. Yeah. Now I just wanted to. I keep telling you, right? When we start blowing, you take a photograph and keep on enlarging it. What happens? You get pixelated. You're all able to see this diagram.
yes.
Okay. Some of these particles are their energy sitting here. This is your aura. Where is the environment of the earth?
Different bodies.
Correct. Right? So, where is that? No. Now, where is that other diagram? Anyway, I think let's not waste time. But basically, they are all around you. They are all around you as energies. If you vibrate at their frequency or they vibrate at your frequency, connection gets established. That is the stage before hello. when a phone rings, right?
Yeah,
A
it's like
connection is established. It's like that.
a radio.
Yeah. Basically,
Okay.
signals are matching. That is why you are receiving.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to law of grace.
Correct.
What I have just described was the game until now. By common consent, your spirit selves have decided that enough has been learned from karma. As the planet is on a fast track to ascension, we have got to wrap it up quickly. No more karmic imbalances can be created, and existing imbalances can either be scratched or played out at your discretion.
Why?
You may
Why?
more.
Can somebody explain why that sentence is that way? I explained it in a different way a little while ago. We even discussed it yesterday also. Can anyone recall? Where are we vibrating today? At the mid-astral level. What is the next level? You are becoming completely spiritual. That means you are going to ascend to the beyond the fourth plane,
So we are tired of
into the
this and
fifth
we are
plane. No. This part has served its purpose. So nature is going to change the scenario going forward. Yesterday I was mentioning, right, in over 40 years, the upcoming children after 40 years are going to be born with
Their
well,
so
thought they
much
can.
energies. Yeah, they will manifest
Yeah.
things just by thinking.
Yeah. So the Earth is moving into fifth dimension, and so our
Correct.
energies are. We are going on a
Correct.
higher frequency one.
Yes. Fifth D. Yes. Yeah. Close to 12 strand DNA. Correct. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
No more karmic imbalances. Yes. You may
No more
therefore.
karmic imbalances can be created, and existing imbalances can either be scratched or played out. So it
Correct.
can be scratched at your discretion. You may therefore see a dramatic rise in violence over the next few years as you shake out the remaining imbalance. Wow, this really explains very well. So you may therefore see a dramatic rise in violence over the next few years as you shake out the remaining imbalances. See, this is what's happening. We see so many wars going on and so many
Yeah.
disturbances in different political systems. This is how it explains it.
No,
This is
that is
shaking up.
here in the what is light body. He beautifully explains. He says when that 2020 mass deaths occurred, right? Corona,
Uh-huh.
right? That is because
Yeah.
many of them didn't want to participate in the
In the
evolving 5D at this point in time in their life. So they vacated their bodies.
yeah, and they went to some other universe or
Yeah.
yes.
Because they want to have the best of the worlds, the thought level manifestation, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope that you now see why your spirit self has kept your ego self in the dark. See, I hope that you now see why your spirit self has kept your ego self in the dark. You did it deliberately to yourself to give yourself the experience and opportunity to realize your true nature from all the clues lying around, to realize the true nature of others, and to see the source.
In all things.
Yeah, to see the source in all things.
Yeah.
So, and we
No,
need
go
to
ahead.
in this process, and to speed things up, you and the planetary consciousness have collectively requested that grace, Elohim bring its energy to earth.
So
This
Elohim
energy,
is one of the angels. Elohim is like Eloha, plural of Eloha, right?
Okay. Yeah.
One
This
of the
energy,
energies, the angel energies. Yeah.
angelic energy. This energy allows you to shake all this old energy out of your fields and to break any old karmic agreements you have with other incarnations or your own and other spirit selves across time. The energy of
Now
grace is
let us understand. No. Here, let us understand one thing. First time when we did unified, how many people participated? Kirti,
oh, 30, 40, 30, 40, yeah, 30 to 40.
correct? In the second time, how many participated? And
Maybe
today, how
60
many are
something.
participating? You
Oh,
have got
now 100.
unified. No. You have got unified EST, then you have got unified CST,
Sir,
then you have got
first, this
unified
was
MST.
this unified was part of totally different organization.
Correct.
There they introduced there, it started. I did for like few weeks. I couldn't do all
It was part
entire.
of that Balakrishna team, right?
No, sir, this is totally
Huh.
different. I don't remember
Light
that.
workers.
No, not PSSM at all. It's out of PSSM.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I don't remember his name,
No,
but
but just see. Today, you have got EST, you have got PST, you have
Which
got
one?
CST.
Unified. This is
Yeah.
what
Ratna.
she did is from Nitya Shanti.
Nitya
He is
Shanti.
Pune based person.
Yeah,
Okay.
there I did
Now,
with.
just look at this. Now,
Yeah.
Chandigarh also is going to start in India.
Now they are
You
like,
know
enough this game. Let's
what they
go
did
back.
is they just grouped up in the group, they shared the book. Everybody, they are supposed to do it on their own, read and meditate and share experience. That's the only
I am
way they
one of
did.
the few people who purchased the first
Unified.
Kindle version. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's why it's here, sir. To
Sir, we need
elaborate
a strong
more.
Telugu translator, sir. We are missing
I'm
that
not good
Hindi
at
translation.
translating. What you should do is take the PDF, cut and paste it in Google Translator, and then edit it. That is the quickest way that you can do it.
Okay. Maybe that I should start. I'm getting this very strongly. Like I should start somewhere and
I
maybe
mean,
I can send it
wherever
for
it
more
is,
edition.
start off. Correct?
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
see, now how much of the movement has happened? Correct? How many meditators? Across the globe, if you take not only our schema of things, all of them are moving towards the spirituality.
That's why he says fast track.
Correct. The
Sir,
That
energy
earlier
of grace.
it was
Correct.
only for the old people.
Planetary
Which one?
consciousness.
Earlier
It
it was
was
spiritual
not for old people. That is
people.
another
That was
misunderstanding.
no, sir, that was the thought process. Nowadays, everybody, even the children, are accepting this thing.
Correct.
Meditation, all this kind of a stuff. Everybody is,
Right.
accepting it and doing it. Look at the
Conscious level is as such. Conscious
Yeah,
level has raised.
that is what is progression. Na?
Mm.
Desire and
So,
feeling have matched, so consciousness is jumping. It has suddenly
so
started
here,
rising.
see, basically at the end of this karma game, he's saying now onwards, our past karma will be erased. No more past karma
No, at your
for all of
discretion. At your
yeah,
discretion.
yeah. But nobody wants that.
I mean,
We
we
don't
don't
want.
know.
Yeah, but not everyone is realizing yet.
Correct.
Still they are in that
Correct.
Oh,
pattern
you
The
of.
mean whoever
energy of
has all?
grace. Yeah. So, and then he is saying how to adjust. The invocations for accelerating this process is later. The intent. See, affirmations, etc. That is the invocation. That is why I said it's not really necessary for us to
Yeah.
understand. We don't need it here. People can take the book and then do it on their own. That's not a problem. Correct. Now, yeah, we'll forget about Darwin. Not required. Right? We can go
We
into
have
this.
3 lines. Did I finish that? Can we go back?
No, you did that.
Oh, I finished. Okay. I thought
See, what did you say? The energy of grace erases all kind of karma. And in part 2, we will talk about the invocations.
in part 2, okay. We'll try
That
to
is
some
why I said that
invocations.
we can skip. It is not required. Part 2, we are not anyway. We still have so much to cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Got it.
the extent to which we have come, any questions?
Sir, can you relate with this karma, jnananam karma dagdanam with that explanation to this explanation?
Yeah. See,
The
what is Jnanagni Dagda Karmanam? The heat generated by the wisdom is going to eliminate or burn down the ignorance.
Yeah.
Correct. So, as your knowledge is increasing, as your understanding, the value of spirituality is increasing, the propagation of spirituality is increasing. That means the Jnana Agni is spreading. Dagda Karmanam, all the karmas are getting eliminated by virtue of eliminating the ignorance.
yes, the wisdom based, if you have wisdom,
Exactly.
yeah.
See,
But
hitherto we didn't know how to overcome the negative influences in us. We come week 5, we have understood what to do,
mm,
right? We have also understood that we have to repeat it more than once if we want
correct,
to eliminate it completely. All that is wisdom, right?
correct.
That's the, yeah, good.
I just want to add to that, sir, like what you said,
Yes,
same
ma'am.
thing.
Yes, ma'am.
The lessons, karma is the lessons that we have to learn. And what we are understanding through wisdom is really like helping us to perceive or think in appropriate way to guide us to learn the lessons more, so which, which can be learned
Actually,
from all that.
actually, every name given to each of us, the name that we have chosen at birth, happens to be a frequency. This one, I am reading another interesting book. I don't know whether I have posted it or not. The power and wisdom of your higher self. Right? That book is very clearly talking something very, very interesting about the same wisdom and all that. He is talking about the changes that are now coming up, right? As your consciousness increases, he is reaffirming the same thing. And he explains it beautifully. I don't know whether I've opened that book or not. Have I posted that book?
Oh, let us finish this, Sandy.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
finish this.
Yeah.
It'll be 20 minutes.
And
Divine
in that he is talking about, I was talking about Star of David, in which you get your spiritual karma, spiritual talent, and spiritual goals, physical karma, physical talent. And so, karma here is your lessons that you are going to learn. You already have some hidden talents associated with the lessons that you have chosen, which you have to hone to complete your education. And the goal represents how far you have to learn that lesson. This is there at the physical dream as well as at the spiritual dream. That is encoded in the frequency of your name. And there is also explaining. Someone had asked me, why is it that our soul has a name? It is derived from the vibration frequency at which your oversoul or higher self is vibrating. That sound has got a frequency. That frequency translates itself into a name. Yeah.
Okay.
That is very well explained in that book. Unfortunately, I got it after I understood what is happening and how it is getting created from soul contracts. Yeah.
Okay. Divine expression, the field of spirit. In the previous chapter, we talked about how you got to where you are. Now, let us look at it more closely. everything is organized energy, and spirit is no exception. The source is aware,
Everything is organized energy. Everything.
everything
Even
is
we.
organized energy, and spirit is no
Correct.
exception.
Correct.
The source is aware, organized energy on a scale that can be imagined. In its
Exactly. So
continuous,
it is aware. The source is aware and organized energy.
yeah, but we cannot imagine. It cannot be
Correct.
imagined. In its
Correct.
continual play of the game of knowing itself, it partitions itself.
So
See,
that
in
means
its
it will keep
continual,
on building separation to know more and more. You are doing
yeah,
sampling. Instead of analog signal, you have converted to digital. So that
yes.
the law of averages will work better. There will be more data, more information. You have got an opportunity to create that many data by going on analyzing it into broken pieces.
Like our body, broken
Exactly.
into like
It is getting further and further mutated.
yeah,
Mm.
level. These partitions are analogous to vast thoughts or planned for realities that interact with themselves. So
Mm.
these partitions are analogous to vast thoughts that interact with themselves. They have
Correct.
no names that you would recognize, yet
Mm.
they are aware of themselves as part of the source and also aware of themselves as themselves.
This is the
So,
intelligent side. This is the component which is aware of itself. Like yesterday we were reading, they are aware that they are masters. Fifth
and
one,
not
most
only
of the
that,
people. Yeah, correct.
not that in our body, every organ has very specific intelligence. They are aware of themselves and others.
No, they are
You know,
aware of themselves and the functions that they have to perform. Correct.
yeah, and that's specific. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone was
So
asking a question. I heard a voice. One second. Someone asked a question. Okay, let's proceed.
imagine, imagine lots of buckets of water suspended in water, and that all of that water is conscious. Conscious. Okay, imagine lots of buckets of water suspended in water, and that all of the water is conscious. The water in the bucket knows that it is constantly exchanging with the water outside of the buckets, and by virtue of its being contained, it is aware of itself as distinct from the water outside of the buckets.
Correct.
Everybody got it. This is very simply he explained. I think before also
Yeah.
he explained once.
Then basically,
Of
he's
course,
talking about the levels of consciousness. Yeah.
yes. Even though we take a bucket from the outside of a river, but it is same consciousness. Of course, the
Correct.
buckets are imaginary, but they are analogous to the fields that support energy, and the water is analogous to the energy that fills them. Some fields are huge, like the planetary or solar fields, and others are tiny in comparison, like the field of an atom, but all of them contain and nurture the energy of the source.
Correct. So they now know that they are all part and parcel of the source. That is the
The
extent
same
to which
source,
consciousness is changing. Yes.
the same source, it exists even in atom, molecule, or everywhere, even in the planetary system.
Correct. Correct. In
Imagine
addition,
lots of, this is already done. Okay, in
in
addition,
addition to,
yeah, in addition to interacting with the fields, this conscious energy is also partitioned by another distinction, that is frequency. Okay, and partitioned by frequency difference. This about a piano key. Think about a piano keyboard. All the individual notes are of the same basic stuff, vibrations on wires. But any note implies and contains all of its harmonics and subharmonics. Okay, but any one note implies and contains all of its harmonics and subharmonics, the notes in the same relative position in higher and lower octaves, in ways
no, that means there
impossible
is a
to.
sequence. See, there is a pattern. I think slowly is going to take us to the Fibonacci structure.
Yes. even though they're all connected to the same board, but everyone has different frequency. In ways impossible to describe, the source partitions itself into energy gestures that know their unity, yet are aware of the other gestures that make up the whole. What is
Correct.
gestures?
Let's
What
see
is-
the spelling.
It's like galaxy together, whole entirety.
No, gestalt is,
Mass, like together.
let us see the meaning. An organized whole that is perceived as more than the sum of its parts. Right? Okay.
Okay. Organized whole. Purnamada, Purnamidam.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes,
Purnat, Purnamudachyate.
correct.
Yeah, Gita is inside this.
No, it is there.
Yeah.
If you read Madam Blavatsky's content, everything is Vedas and Upanishads.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
whole secret doctrine itself is on that.
Yeah.
Oh.
ఆవిడ కాచి పడిపోతుంది ఉపనిషత్తులు ఒక భగవద్గీత.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. In ways,
Now
in
the
ways,
contention is that even Einstein and Newton, they have actually copied from some of the Upanishads, and then only they found these principles. In the
Yes,
time of
quite likely, sir.
1700
Quite
possibly.
likely. No one can dispute that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I put some note, I think I forwarded on that.
Mhm. Yeah.
By virtue of being, spirit expresses the nature of the source through the fields it generates and the energy that it radiates into them. By virtue of being, spirit expresses the nature of the source through the fields it generates and the energy that it radiates into them. Take, for example, Ariel. Some of you know this energy as an archangel. Ariel is the function responsible for projecting the field
No,
required for the physical.
Correct. So, sorry, ma'am. Continue.
Ariel is the function responsible for projecting the field required for the physical plane, the field that conducive to energy, which is necessary to support the energy as it bursts through into the material plane. That is through channeling. He's bringing all this.
No,
At certain
it is an
points-
angel, but it is also required. It is also the plane on which these things will happen. That is the channel guide.
Yeah. Even though he is a different planet, a different plane.
Correct.
Certain points in the field, conductivity is enhanced and the process is more efficient, resulting in physical matter as energy units congregate and coagulate. So, okay, you want to explain this?
No,
or
they
it's
come together
simple?
and they spread also. Both. Yeah.
Yeah. In less conductive parts of the field, they simply don't. And it is all by conscious agreement. So space is really a collective thought forms that you all hold, but holding this thought form of space is just one of your many functions. And at any point in time, the energy performing this function is different from a moment ago. It has already changed while you have been reading this paragraph. So it keeps changing.
Waves and particles. Basically, he's explaining the concept of waves and particles.
Through the thoughts.
Correct. No, everything is waves and particles, basically.
Waves and particles. Yes.
Yeah.
If you are called Mary Jones, the energy performing the Mary Jones function, can we go down?
Did we complete the previous para?
Yeah.
We
We
did.
finished.
Yes. Yeah.
Mary Jones is a function for that matter. Changes constantly. Now, Mary's function may be explored an aspect of motherhood, the use of power in relation to a child or sick parent, or any of a million things that spirit wants to explore. So when people think of Mary, Mother Mary, always, that mother child expression comes.
No, not
That's what he
Mother
said.
Mary. Here he is just taking the various roles that is played by the energy. It is not Mother
But
Mary,
what?
Jesus, and all. He has incidentally used the same name. That's the way I understood.
Oh, I see.
This is
Okay.
Mary Jones.
Okay, Mary Jones. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The energy performing the function or any function for that matter changes constantly. That means they are doing multiple roles basically. Now, Mary's function may be to explore an aspect of motherhood, the use of power in relation to a child or a sick patient, or any
spirit.
of a million things that spirit wants to explore. Okay? Yeah. Also,
Also, whatever the function is, the same theme may be repeated across many incarnations from a slightly different perspective in each one. So, the Mary Jones function furthers the cause of a soul, the cause of the source, learning more about itself.
no, I
Mary's
didn't know I had
personality,
this talent. I didn't know I had that talent. I could do this. I could do that. That is the case.
okay, different perspectives. Okay.
Mm, mm.
Mary's personality and spirit self collectively determine how close she comes to consciously realizing her true nature as a part of the source and therefore experiencing her undividedness with everything and everyone around her. Oh, this is becoming, oh, I am not separate.
No.
Like I
He is
am,
taking you to the unified energy field, unified
yes,
chakra. That is where he is
yeah,
taking us.
yeah, it's collective consciousness.
Sarvam, Sarvam.
Kalvidam Brahma. Kalvidam
Correct.
Brahma.
That is where he is taking us. Correct.
So we look
So,
at the world of spirit in two ways. Firstly, spirit is pure organized energy, aware of itself and of its oneness. In this capacity, doesn't do anything. It is. Secondly, we see performing certain functions such as Mary function, the John function, the Saint Germain function, and of course the Serapis function. These are all angels, Devatala. The energy performing these functions changes all the time. The portion of spirit performing the Serapis function, for example, is changing constantly, yet it understands the nature of the task and retains the appearance of consistency and continuity. It's like Lakshmi, Saraswati, Durga functions.
no, that is one. The other way to say is the nature side element units and the intelligent side units. In the formation of a body, the way thinking and destiny is putting down the content.
Even though the functions are different, but they're the same source. Yeah,
Yes.
different person.
They are not just the 12. What is that? Someone posted a message? No. Okay. Right. Let's go.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we look at the word of spirit into it's all done. Okay. Functions vary in scope. The portion of spirit. The functions vary in scope. The Serapis function is relatively well defined and make up a larger function charged with supporting the intellectual clarity needed for fully conscious ascension on a planet-wide scale. So his function is there. Now it is specific, even though it is specific for this
Each
one.
energy has got multiple functions. That is where he will take us next, I think.
Yes. So his function is in a conscious ascension on a planet-wide scale. Different levels of spirit perform different levels of this function in a well-orchestrated operation. For example, the channel Tony is the level of my function that gets these thought forms down on a paper, and at another level, I am putting this information out on the planetary group mind grid for all to tap into.
Okay,
So one is onto
wait.
yeah.
No. Simply, yesterday we spoke about various dimensions. You got the
Yes.
top management, you got the middle management, and you got the lower field, right?
Yes.
So putting the details into that is what he is explaining. Into each
His role,
layer,
his
you are
role.
putting certain details.
Yeah, his role, what he does.
Correct. Yeah. And what
And
is he
also
doing that for? I am putting this information out on the planetary group mind grid. So there is a group. All people in level 9 should link into it and move it to level 8. Then level 7. Then level 6. Then 5, 4, 3 implementation. So yesterday we went top down. So he is doing the function at where he belongs. Because all these Ariels, Ariel and all these archangels, their home is level 11. They are in the 11th dimension. Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So is this like not Akashic records? Planetary group mind grid means.
No. What they write, it could be Akashic record also. He has not talked about that structure. Akashic record is what? It is not a library, it is not a handwritten record and all that. It is basically a lump of energy which is floating all around. You
Yes.
hook into it, you download it.
Yes.
And how do you hook into it? By increasing your consciousness as well as vibrations. Both have to increase. And how do you download? The intent, the power of intent, which is going to do the attraction.
Yeah.
Is everyone following? Are we going too fast?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No. It's good,
Oh,
sir.
right, very good. Yeah.
There is
Sir?
no one.
Yes.
So, do you know by any chance, is there any information higher than the Akashic records?
Akashic records is what? It is everything. It is everything. The one that is higher than that is basically the source. Why did you get the doubt?
Because when I was reading a book, I read this, but after that, I wanted to revisit that same thing. I searched so much. I read it 5 different times, but I couldn't notice that. Then,
Okay, if
the
you are
time
very
when I
keen, I
read
will
this,
send you about 29 books on Akashic record. You can read them.
okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Then, but
There
don't
is no
complain
one.
after me. Someone I sent books like this. He said, "Sir, this is overwhelming. We'll let us stop for 1 year."
If you keep asking, he has the library of one topic.
It's okay,
Everything.
sir. We have a
No.
grounding group here.
No. Here, this single device has got all the books that I am mentioning.
Oh my God.
No,
Okay.
recently
There is
I
no one.
changed it from 256 GB memory to 512 GB. This and my laptop has the same capacity now. Yeah, let's proceed.
There is no one conductor in this orchestration, by the way.
Correct.
The units
Correct.
of consciousness, serving spirit is just know what is going on and blend in at the appropriate level of literally lend their energy. Okay, let me read this. There is no one conductor in this orchestration, by the way, and like one conductor in the orchestra. The units of consciousness, serving spirit, just now what is going on and blend in it at the appropriate level to literally lend their energy. That means every unit, gives some energy to it, isn't it?
Correct. So these are all intelligent units, basically. Thinking and destiny, intelligent units.
Yeah,
So
interlinked,
basically,
and
they know
whenever
what their function is. They are not only aware of their function, they are aware that they know what they are. They know what functions they have to do both. They don't have to be told anything. Correct. Yeah. They
and
are
also
independent
they
operators. Simple language, they are independent operators with complete flexibility, autonomous institutes in their own right. Yeah.
why this happens why this happens brings us to the title of this chapter. Spirit has an inexorable impulse to create, maintain, destroy, and create again, and seeks any and every opportunity to do so. Oh, this is Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara concept.
Exactly. In action. Yeah.
Yeah, in action. Some levels of spirit have a propensity for, say, intellectual creativity, while others prefer to clear away old belief systems to create the way for the new, like this new age system. So some some of the level spirit
Destruction.
have an
No. Destruction is every bit.
necessary.
No. Is every bit as creative as creativity. Even
Some level.
destruction.
Uh-huh.
You are reading here only, right? You just
Perspective.
feel it as new.
That's matter of perspective.
Exactly.
No. When he says clear away old belief system to create the way for the new.
Correct, because otherwise the old belief system will be inhibitors of change.
Okay, that's what. Okay, yeah, yes.
He is
Destruction is
also
every bit.
even the spirit is doing what we are doing in unified. Unwanted energies it is sending away.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Destruction is every bit as creative as creativity. It is just a matter of viewpoint.
Correct.
Yeah. Spirit seeks to express. The source knows itself through its creativity. Your inner spirit self seeks to express through your outer ego self. You created the three lower energy fields of your body and personality to provide arenas for and a means of expression. You packed you packed and are constantly packing energy into these arenas. You have put your ego self into carefully designed situations with parents, schools, and friends, situations that imprinted the ego with beliefs at an early age. You carefully selected the blend of energy that runs into your fields, and to some extent, you leave your ego self to deal with them. But
उसको भी
this
काम दे
does not
दिया चलो
but does not mean that ego and spirit are in any way separate. You are your spirit self as much as you are anything. You express it with every thought, every word and deed. When you act from love, you allow spirit to flow through you unimpeded. When you act from fear, displaying hate, jealousy, greed, etc., you are blocking the flow of love from spirit. The only barrier between the ego and the spirit is fear. Fear cuts ego off from your spirit, and as you, the ego self, learn more about your true nature, the knowledge will begin to erode fear. As you let go of your fears, you allow yourself to become more emotionally and intellectually aware of the spirit, and that allows more love. In this universe,
one sec ma'am Ratna
yeah.
your question Jnanagni no the Sunita Jnanagni Dagda Karmanam is coming up here also.
But all I see here is, sir, the unified.
Yeah.
All this
That's
What
what
did I tell you? Why do you think I'm every page I am spending is for the benefit of the entire team?
No,
All
now
of them,
I'm
majority
getting
of them.
this. Now I'm getting this knowledge that we need to promote unified even more because of this.
Why did I say that healing centers will be using unified meditation? I said that at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is the vision that I am having now.
Wow. Amazing.
See, that is why love clears the fear. When you increase the love,
Exactly.
it transforms into different. You cannot completely get rid of just by itself the fear. Only by increasing love, you can get rid of fear.
So you can start thinking that any disease that is upsetting you is an unwanted energy in the body.
Yes.
What do you do in Reiki? You are doing the same thing. Any energy healing pattern, you are doing the same thing. You are doing it in unified meditation also. Yeah.
And so clearly he said here, fear cuts off from spirit. Fear cuts ego off from spirit.
Today in this chapter, fourth chapter, the one which we're doing, it
Fifth.
mentions this in a different way, phrases in a different way.
Exactly. Active voice, passive voice, English, Bengali, Marathi, and so on and so forth. But the message is the
It's
same.
the blockages you create, borders, big.
Exactly.
This is the exact sentence there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us check up whether Ranfrier read this book before he wrote that.
When was this written, sir? That matters.
This seems to be age old. Anyway, I'll check that. Anyway, after we finish this para, because there are people who are working tomorrow, right? So I think we should be able to read this end of the chapter. Mishra ji, okay na? 20 minute or
Just let us finish in 5 minutes.
yeah.
I think we can go a little bit further down. Almost we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
done this. Yeah. Here. Fear cuts ego off from the spirit. And as you, the ego self, learn more about your true nature, the knowledge will begin to erode fear. As you let go, this is what he's saying. As you let go of your fears, you allow yourself to become more emotionally and intellectually aware of spirit, and that allows more love in this universe. The basic currency is the emotion of love. It will find any in that it can. As it flows in, it dispels more fear, which allows even more love in, and so on.
Correct.
Wonderfully,
So here I would like to only read one thing, right? What did you say? Basic currency is energy in motion, that of love. I will change. Emotion is energy in motion. Okay?
Yes.
Right. Let's complete this. Just these 3 paras now.
So spirit expresses through ego, the I, that consciously knows itself. You, the ego self, are the physical plane leading edge of your vaster spirit self. You are its eyes, ears, and hands. Okay, that for that capital I and the spirit self, the small self, we eyes and ears, we use this. Your ego self deals with the events around you, deciding what to do about what, but you as ego and spirit jointly decide what events shall come up. How do you know what to expect? What will the next hour bring? To know these things, you would
yeah, beautiful.
to know things, you would widen your conscious focus to include your spirit self. I do not
One sec, ma'am. One sec. What is the
Yeah.
spirit self? Anybody can comment?
Higher self.
Exactly.
Widen your
Right.
conscious,
Yes.
expanding. Yeah.
To know these things,
I do not advocate.
I do not advocate removing focus from the physical plane entirely, because this would negate why you incarnated here. I do advocate becoming fully aware of the contents of your 3 lower fields as a prelude to coming to identify with the spirit and to embodying spirit in your lower fields.
What are the 3 lower fields? Mental, astral, physical.
Yeah.
Okay.
But later I will ask this question. So the field of spirit is one more field
But sir,
over
mental
and
has 2 things, na? Lower and upper.
That is the classification of the light body. When it comes to fields, There will always be an overlap. Don't overlook that.
Acha. Okay, okay.
Hmm?
Somebody said astral and mental field are same bodies. The bodies of
No, no, no.
astral body.
Emotional.
No. See, if you want me to truly classify, I can give you 3 explanations also: astral, etheric, and physical.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Because
But then,
I think that is better, sir. Astral, etheric, and physical. These are the 3 distinctive, commonly used everywhere.
no, it
Yeah.
is commonly used. But see, the moment people start thinking in Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, the meaning changes.
Yes.
So because
In Hindi, if
Annamaya
you
plus
go, there is no
Pranamaya
etheric
is
then.
Sthula Sharira. See,
Yeah,
Annamaya
when you
plus
go with Hindi,
Pranamaya is
then there is
Sthula
no
Sharira.
etheric then.
Correct. See,
Body.
that is that confusion will be there. Even I got confused for a moment. Yeah. So
So
we
the
will
field
take
of
those
spirit.
3. Okay.
So it's the body when somebody dies. These are the sthula sarira that die, right?
No. See,
Along
your
with the
Annamaya dies first, then your
Right.
Pranamaya dies, that is the etheric, and then
Right.
your
Yeah.
astral
Mental.
body dies. That is the
Astral.
kamic sharir.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the desire body.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So for that astral body, there is no name in our language.
కామిక్ శరీరం అంటారండి.
Oh, karmic
ఇచ్ఛాశక్తి.
spirit. Okay.
Yeah, కామిక్.
Karmic. Okay. So the field of spirit is one more field over and above the 3 we have already talked about. So you live within it, but because spirit is not limited by space or time, it is not only around you, as are the lower fields. This aspect of you is everywhere. It empowers your
That is
other
the point
fields.
I was telling to Subha Mishra ji. See, you can't discriminate it as saying this is what that layer is. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Ji, sir.
Separate.
Mm.
Yes. It empowers your other fields and expresses through them. You are not, therefore, just your personality or outer ego awareness. You are much, much more. Part 2 looks at how you can claim this larger identity and wake up to who you really are. But first, let us close part 1 by taking a look at 3 areas of pervasive and troublesome myths and that abound in the consensus reality, myths about love, truth, and power.
Okay. That is Swadhisthana, Muladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipuraka.
Manipura.
Okay. This we will do next class.
Oh,
For
now
this
he
I'm
talks.
very interested. I want to know what is love actually. I'm very interested.
No.
Myth of-
Love is what? Okay. You want to complete love? I don't mind. Mishra ji,
No.
permission मिलेगा?
सर
No.
मैं क्या ही बोलूं, कल सुबह तो ऑफिस जाना है.
I
मेरा
think,
जैसा
see,
ना हो
love,
जाए. नहीं, मैं कल रात इतना एनर्जीज बढ़ गया मेरे में कि मैं रात को सोया नहीं.
ओह,
Happens.
Okay. And
sometimes it
I
happens.
don't feel tired also.
Yes, that is the cosmic energy.
I know.
सब लेकिन बैक ऑफ द माइंड इट हैपेंस कि वो नींद आनी चाहिए, थोड़ा बॉडी को आराम मिलना चाहिए.
को सवाल ही नहीं उठता है. अगर आप
नहीं, ये wrong
वेरी
है.
गुड स्ट्रॉन्ग मेडिटेशन, यू नीड नॉट स्लीप फॉर 72 hours.
करेक्ट. ये सही बात है, सर.
नहीं,
If you
ये
are doing right
फिजिकली
meditation, then
एक्सपीरियंस
no
किया
need.
हुआ है सर. आई हैव नॉट स्लेप्ट फॉर 72 hours. दैट हैज बीन माय ड्यूरिंग माय वर्क
कोई तो
डेज.
कह
आई
रहा
यूज्ड टू
था
डू इट
बैंगलोर में,
ऑलमोस्ट.
कोई तो कह रहा था बैंगलोर में there is a street sabji wala who doesn't sleep in the night and do anapana sati the whole night,
that
and
is
then
quite
morning he
possible,
go
sir.
and then he
Rogi
morning
Mogi
goes and
Yogi.
sells the vegetables.
No, he is a
And
yogi.
And he donates 50% of his earning to Pyramid Valley.
Correct.
My great.
Possible.
Okay. तो अभी बोलिए. तो अभी
So
we
sir,
will stop.
आप continue करो ना. I will leave and then I can connect back again on the video. I'll see that. आप लोग
I will
continue
check
करो because the spirit should not.
with others. Shall we continue the myths?
Is
Masters.
Balagaru available?
Yeah, yes. I mean, I don't know. Sorry.
Another 10-15 minutes and it's fine.
Okay, we will do one thing.
Okay.
We will complete the myth of love in 15 minutes. 3 pages, ma'am. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Once,
Thank you
once,
all.
once.
Thank you all, masters. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's quickly read.
3 great myths: love, truth, and power. Are we recording?
Yeah,
Yes,
I have
it's
not
I don't
stopped
see.
the recording. I was about to stop. I didn't stop.
Oh, okay. Because I don't see the recording button.
Are you sure?
I can see, sir. It says
It's
recording.
going on. It's going on. It's going. It's going
Yeah.
on.
Now I
Yeah. ये क्या हो गया? ये क्यों उधर चला गया? हाँ. चलो. One of the.
We
No, I
can't
can.
see
I don't.
anything, sir.
There is no
I'm
screen.
saying there's no
No.
screen. Acha,
Yeah.
this fellow simply changed the sequence. Okay. Now you will see.
Yes.
No, it's one of the drawbacks of denying your spiritual part is that you don't get to benefit from its larger point of view. That means you are not agreeing to that vastness. As a
उसको
result,
बाद में देखो. As a result.
distortions about everyday things can creep in and have been doing so for millennia. Thus, you may misunderstand some key aspects of your life. Living in ignorance has been appropriate in the past because to have known more would have blown the game and invalidated a part of the experiment that you have set up on this planet. But now it is time to take off the lid off, and I purpose to address 3 great myths: love, truth, and power.
I propose to.
So
Anyway, here now, because they didn't want you to know, your 12-strand DNA became 2-strand.
now they're changing everything.
Yeah.
The lead they took up. They
Correct.
completely. The myths of love. The myth of love. The great myth of love is that you can love someone, something, or even yourself. No one can love another. You cannot love yourself or anyone else. Why? Because love is not a doing, but an allowing. The very energy from which this universe is built is infused with a certain quality, a joy of being, an acceptance of the right of all things to be, and a delight in the expression of all things as they enjoy their right to be. All
Okay,
beings are of the
one sec. Ratna, you had asked about, sir, can I help? What is the kind of help? When somebody is in trouble, Ratna ma'am?
Yes, sir. I asked.
You had asked, right? Are you
Yeah.
able to relate this to the answer I gave you?
Yeah. I get that, sir, now.
Yes. Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All beings are of the source and have a divine right to experience and express their divinity, and all beings have a right to enjoy the expression of others because all beings are really one, cleverly disguised to look separate. Cleverly disguised to look separate. Allowing this joy and delight in the expression of yourself and others is a wonderful experience and is what I call love. However,
Preeti,
you
your question
cannot.
answered?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. However, this is unconditional love, allowing everyone as there to be. That is what non-judgmental.
Exactly.
No judgment.
No
Be
judgment. There is actually chapter 5, there is judgment in that book, audio book.
Yeah.
However, you cannot do joy or delight. You can only allow it to sweep through you like any other emotion. And this emotion is not conditional on what any other being are actually doing. It is based on knowing and experiencing the divinity in them. If someone you know is in a foul mode, for example, they are still expressing their divinity, even though that expression does not turn you on. So, even though they are not in a good mode, they are still in their own expressing their own divinity. So, that's what he's saying. So, accept as they are. So, love is not something you do, it is the response in you to a particular frequency of energy flowing in, through, and around you constantly. Wow, this is another definition. So, love is not something you do, it is a response in you to a particular frequency of energy flowing in, through, and around you constantly. Many things can deaden you.
Ma'am, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute.
Yeah.
So, when you are passing love energy, what is the mental frame that you should have?
Unconditional love.
No. Unconditional love, he has given you two scenarios of what they mean.
Yes.
Accept everything as they are, let them be, let me be.
Yes, accept as they are.
So in this case, even the fear is love, anger is love, hatred is love,
Everything
everything
is
is love.
LOVE, yes.
So everything, even though they are behaving, we feel that they are behaving negatively. I don't know. Are you able to hear me, sir? Sorry, I'm driving.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
So
Yes.
whatever the emotion, like the opposite person is doing, it is also divinity. So we cannot judgment or we cannot do. We just feel that it is divinity and it is allowed. But my question is,
Correct.
so even though they are, I don't know, I should say they're bad. Even though somebody is shouting or troubling them, other person also is a divinity. How can you explain, sir? I'm trying to understand this.
No. I will not explain chapter 4, chapter 5, audio book, the higher self.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Sir.
also
Thank you.
experience. I have to let you learn. I mean, if everything I explain, then I'm as per this, I am not spreading love.
Yeah, that means the uninvited influences we are itself we are loving. We are sending love and light. That means, yeah, okay.
Today, when Chandra was talking, did she say that they
I didn't
are
hear, I didn't
scared
attend that.
like us? Like
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
they are also scared.
Yes.
Right.
Such.
Yeah.
Okay. Many things can deaden you to the relatively subtle energy of love. Fear, of course, will prevent you from sensing it and will distort what little you do sense. Fear is not the opposite of love. It is the defensive gatekeeper and simply will not allow you to sense the high frequencies in your fields. And the fear is locked in your belief system or your opinions about reality and has nothing to do with reality itself.
Okay. Now, with this definition, do you feel your definition of unwanted energies, unwanted influences in your body undergoing a different definition now? Unwanted influences, most of the people were thinking that there are somebody's energies in you. These are the internal energies from your past, all those manifesting.
Yes, sir.
Right? It is because of FEAR.
Yeah, it's all our game, our thoughts game.
So he's saying it is the defensive gatekeeper and simply will not allow you to sense the high frequencies in your
Because it is worried.
Mm.
You see, it will tell you, you will see a tiger. It will say, there is a tiger, don't go out. But now the tiger is in your mind.
Yes.
There is a tiger outside, don't go.
It says
They
that your opinions about reality. It's just your opinions,
Correct.
your belief system.
Correct.
yeah,
Exactly.
they got locked in their belief system
Yeah.
with the
कीर्ति आपको रियलिटी एंड ट्रुथ का आ गया डेफिनेशन
Yes, yes, sir.
very,
Yeah.
very well explained. Love is allowing yourself to sense this energy as it relates to you. Sorry, as it relates to you, to others, and to the universe in general. So,
That
love
is
is allowing you.
love. Allowing
Yeah,
yourself to sense this energy with
to
all
relates
the
to you.
three paradigms. All the three paradigms, you should be able to sense this energy.
Yeah, that means to self, others, and to the universe.
Correct. That is where the separations are.
Yeah,
Separation from oneness, separation from yourself, and separation from others.
yes.
Yeah.
It begins with acceptance of your right to be and the right of others to be. This acceptance builds to an appreciation of yourself and others, of your qualities, gifts, and basic goodness. This acceptance builds to an appreciation of yourself and others, of your qualities, your gifts, and basic goodness. And it continues to build to a delight and fascination in self and others. So it
Now,
continues to build.
Sunita, this
Now,
para
this
answers your
is
question.
sir here. This from your qualities, gifts, and basic goodness. This is your definition here, sir. What you're doing to us.
Yes. Acha, this is me, is it? Okay. Love. Chalo.
See, yeah, by doing this, he says it continues to build that delight, happiness.
Yes.
So, how do you allow this to happen? You begin by dropping the fears you have of being separate from spirit, of being unable to cope up with life, of being worse than other people. Once you see yourself and others as vast, multidimensional
1,
beings,
2,
the-
3, 4. 4
yeah,
unwanted influences are in that sentence.
yes. So you have to drop the fear of being separate from the spirit, and you know, how do I cope up the life? That you have to drop
Correct.
and be, I am worse
Judgmental,
than.
better or
Of
worse.
being worse or better than people. No comparison, no judgment.
Comparisons.
Yeah.
Right?
So you need to drop all. Yes.
Yeah.
Once
These
you
are also unwanted influences. I think, Kirti, tomorrow you are taking the session there.
Yes, sir.
See how much material you got now.
Yes, sir.
You can actually take these names
Yeah,
in the guidance.
yeah, to help identify. Yeah.
Yes.
wonderful, even though it is only like less than 100 pages.
Yeah.
Once you see yourself and others as vast, multidimensional beings squeezed into tiny little bodies, these fears drops away. This is not easy. You swim around in a thick soup of fear called the consensus reality all the time. But as we all see later, this is just people's opinion about what is real and bears no resemblance to truth. Now, of course, you carefully built consensus reality over the millennia, and it has served the game of separation very well. Because of the deep-seated
Actually,
fears.
Kirti, I think tomorrow you can even say that. Now, with the energies that are growing, the energies that are expanding, right? We see these kind of energies drop. In other
Right.
words, we can, as a result, let us drop the unwanted fears, such as 1, 2, 3. यार तुम्हारा पूरा कल का मेडिटेशन का थीम भी बन गया है यार इधर.
Sir, why don't you tell, sir? You
Yes,
can
I
add
might-
even more top lines to this.
I'm about to say that, Chandra garu, you can probably do that.
Maybe you say, like, you tell the chapter's essence, I will guide the meditation. We can do that.
Correct.
And if I start telling, right, you won't have time for meditation.
No, I'll remind you, sir. Sir, this is the limit.
That doesn't make a difference. Once एक बार mic मिल गया तो नहीं छोड़ेगा. And nobody will stop me also. They will be so absorbed that no one will stop me also.
Yeah, it is that such immense. There is all love
Sir.
here. That's the reason we are drenching in that.
Yeah.
Nobody
when-
wants
Ratna is going to throw a bomb now. Yeah.
No,
Go ahead,
when
Ratna.
we understand the content properly, we don't need to meditate for 45 minutes. The book
Acha.
says 10 minutes.
This is
there is the
bomb.
bomb.
Yeah, that's what I said. There she is going to fire the bomb. Yeah.
Okay. But as we Peter, this is just people's opinion about what is real and bears no resemblances to truth. Now, of course, you carefully built consensus reality over the millennia, and it has served the game of separation very well. Because of the deep-seated fears that most folks carry around with them in their fields, they cannot tell love from fear. They cannot tell the difference. So what you call love is actually a manipulative exchange of attention and affection. People who won't or can't love themselves, that is, they cannot see or allow their own divinity, desperately search for someone else to make them feel secure. And when this security is threatened, they may fall back on emotional blackmail and control by withholding affection, all in the name of love. So
Okay,
self-love is important.
Stop here, ma'am. Stop here. Now,
Yeah.
what this means is, this is the foundation of autoimmune disease.
Self-love and a deficiency of self-love.
Correct. This is the foundation for autoimmune disease.
Yeah, not only autoimmune, it causes cancers. That is what dying to be means.
That is the next. No. Cancer is when you express hatred outside, that will convert to cancer.
No, in this book, Anita Murjani's Dying to Be Me, she says times in that book she says, just because she never accepted herself and always gave importance.
That is no. See, there is some grudge. There is a grudge in Anita Murjani's what do you call expression.
I don't know. She never expressed that grudge in that book.
She didn't use that word, but if you read deeper, generally grudge causes cancer. Those of you who are interested, we will do a class on German New Medicine, which will explain all these diseases.
Yeah, I read part of that book. You sent it. Yeah. Yeah,
It's
very
a
well.
beautiful concept.
Yes. That's also very good. Let us go. Okay. People who want or can't love themselves. Where is this? Many times when you hear one person say to another, I love you. Is this from here I need to read?
No. You need to complete this sentence, right?
People who want.
Yeah. You have completed. You have to do it from here.
Many times when you hear one person say to another, I love you, they really mean, I am afraid and need you as my security blanket. Or one person in a relationship will have sex with a third person and the other person will say something like, how could you? I thought you loved me. What I asked you has seeing the divinity in someone got to do with exclusive rights to someone's body? Oh, okay. What I asked you is has seeing the divinity in someone got to do with exclusive rights to someone's body? What is really happening is that the angry partner feels insecure. If he or she could see the divinity in themselves and their partner, the probable response would be, was it good? But please see all this as perfect. Taking separation this far has required your utmost ingenuity, and it has been a stunning success. That means under any situation, you have to please others. Don't show
Accept.
accept.
Accept. Live and let live.
Yeah, live and let live. Love is relaxing into your true nature. You cannot really get hurt by opening up to this energy. Sure, other folks operating from fear may give you a hard time, but try to see their behavior as fear-based responses, not aimed at you personally, but at what you represent to them. Thus, they are acting from their own fears, and their behavior has nothing to do with you. This point of view is an essential component of becoming transpersonal, but that is a whole other subject. So, please see yourself as infinitely loved from the higher dimensions, especially by your spirit self. Let us go of the fear of being alone. Let go of the fear of being alone. You are not alone. You never could be. Come to accept yourself, appreciate yourself, and delight in what you are. Then you can begin to sense the love of spirit as it flows through you. And remember, love need not be directed at anyone in particular. It is just the source loving itself. This is very good. Remember, love need not be directed at any particular one, at any one in particular. It is just the source loving itself. Once you allow yourself to sense this energy flowing through you, you will find that the flow will increase, and it will inevitably flow from your fields to everyone around you, changing how you deal with them and they with you. One day, the dam will break and you will find your fields flooded with unconditional acceptance for everyone and everything. Everything is made of God's stuff. So, what is not to love? Very good. Wait a minute. You might say, I am surrounded by mean spirited people all day long. Energy of love within its fields. Give that person a jump start by channeling love at them. If their fear is too great, it may not work. But at least the outpouring from you keeps their fear from. Let's go down.
You skipped one para.
Yeah,
The
the line, wait
chakras
a
and all didn't
minute, you
come.
say, yeah, from there it
Oh,
got.
where is it?
Wait a minute. You might say I'm surrounded by mean-spirited. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
what is
Wait a minute.
highlighted is missed out.
Okay, wait a minute. You might say, I am surrounded by mean-spirited people all day long. How can I love them? Do not try to resist their personality. Quirks are they will just get worse. Okay, so by resisting, it gets worse, he's saying. Do not try to resist their personality. Quirks are they will just get worse. Just open your heart chakra and sense the energy of love in your fields. If you open your heart chakra, other people will have to work hard to keep their closed, and thank them for giving you an opportunity to put this simple energy trick to work. Wow. So if once we open our heart chakra, automatically they also try to open. They closed one.
That is
Hate,
what you are
jealousy.
starting your unified with.
Sir,
Yeah.
Start to open.
Yeah, Ratna.
Yes.
I want to add one thing here, sir. I recently heard during some other class, family consultation. There was quoted a scientific research that the scientists kept fresh born, separated a monkey baby. Like that, they grew a whole community in couple of isolated islands. And this monkey has learned very first time how to peel and open a banana and eat. Till then, it was fed peeled and opened banana. And one day, after some trials, it learned by itself. Overnight, all the isolated islands all the monkeys, they have learned how to peel and eat a banana. This is how consciousness works. That's what he said.
Yeah. Traits. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I heard also the congenital twins or twins. One is sick in a very critical condition. When the other baby showing love and affection to this one, it started getting better.
Right, sir.
So that is how love spreads. Okay.
Yeah.
Hate, jealousy, and so on are simply signs of a fear-based personality which cannot sense the energy of love within its fields. Give that person a jump start by channeling love at them. If their fear is too great, it may not work. But at least the outpouring from you, keeps their fear from infecting your fields.
field.
Yeah. Without being patronizing, have a little compassion for it because feeling so cut off from spirit is a scary place to be. Remember, never before in the history of this planet have the energies been more conducive to opening to this energy. Allow yourself to resonate with this new energy as it pours through your fields and let it permeate all your relationships with everyone, lovers, friends, and the mechanic who fixes your car and the checkout clerk at the supermarket. You are the light workers coming online before the rest of the population, and you have start the ball rolling. So, when you feel this resonance, you feel secure enough to allow your friendship to go on to new levels of intimacy. Fear of intimacy is simply the fear of loss of identity, but I assure you that in such openness, you will find more of yourself, not less. When two people both allow themselves to resonate to the energy of love, free of conditional bargaining and future expectations, they begin to operate spirit to spirit. Within this full expression of who they are, it becomes easy and natural to share themselves mentally, emotionally, and physically. Sex, therefore, becomes the joining of spirit in flesh rather than being a commodity to be bartered for security or a good dinner. Your physical body is a glorious expression of spirit, and sharing this expression with other people freely, openly, and joyfully is just one more aspect of your divinity. And what if you are in a relationship that begins to die? The old way was to work at it in the hope of reconciling your differences and coming to some compromise. But now you know that your energetic signatures are no longer meshing. It is no one's fault. So make your peace and move on before you hurt each other. Hanging on to the grisly end serves no one, least of all spirit. Hanging on to the grisly end serves no one, least of all the spirit. You had a spirit to spirit agreement to be together for a certain length of time, and your signatures were in resonance. But once the agreement is over, the resonance falls out, and it is almost like you are strangers. Honor that and call it quits. And let go of the fear that there won't be another relationship, because that energy in your fields will drive off the next person through resonance. Instead, set up open anticipation in your fields and stand back. So he says divorce is okay, according to this.
Separation is okay. He is not using that
Separation.
language. Yeah.
Yeah. But it may be difficult to see the perfection of the plan when your primary relationship had just ended, for example. It may bring up all kinds of stuff. Abandonment, pain, shame, guilt, unworthiness, and so on. Where is the perfection in all that? Remember that you decided to participate in for your own purposes. It may have been to break old patterns, It may have been to break old patterns like looking outside of yourself for approval, to bring new insights about the nature of love, or to move you into a transpersonal state. Whatever the reason, look for the big picture and ask how it serves you. You may have needed to be alone to go through some changes, or be free to begin a new relationship, or to move to another part of the country. You are a light worker. You are a light worker here on a mission, and you have set up certain experiences to equip you to do your job better. This is not a random universe, and nothing happens without a larger purpose. So try to see the big picture. But above all, please don't think that anything was done to you. It is all right to feel a little victim energy for a while in order to clear it from your fields, but letting victim becomes part of your identity doesn't serve. That denies your mastery and gets in the way. And remember also that cosmic joke is buried in there somewhere. If only you could remember the punchline.
What is the
So
punchline here? You create your own reality.
Yes,
I think so.
You design the separation.
correct.
Yes, we have come with